understand. We did everything right. I think we just have to rip it all up again.
Well, that's dramatic.
House renovation can be hard, really hard, especially when you're living in the house that you're renovating. Because for us, this will be our forever home, and we simply can't afford to live elsewhere whilst we do the work. And being limited to the evenings and weekends, as well as filming the content that you're watching right now, things can really take their toll.
But luckily for you, we are showing the hard graft, getting things wrong, making a mess, but also transforming spaces to better than we could ever imagine. From design to completion.
So grab your favourite beverage, coffee for me,
Tea for me.
and let's show you what we've been up to this month at the Jolly Reno. As we delve into the world of design and just how we come up with our ideas using more controversial methods. Is that The Sims?
No. Hi guys, so we thought we might do the lean-to today, didn't we, John?
Sorry?
Thought we might do the lean-to today, but it's not looking that way, so have to have a day off.
I remember the days when just putting up a shelf or a new blind took me like 2 days to mentally prepare. What if I drill the hole too deep? What if I get in the wrong place? What if there's a cable behind there? But now we're building our own media walls and installing our own kitchens. But let me tell you, the pure sense of achievement when you actually do something for the first time and it works, it's one of the best feelings there is. It literally puts a smile on your face every time you look at it.
But now it's time once again to step outside of our comfort zone to tackle the first inside job of the year.
So you might be forgiven in thinking that a small area like this utility means a smaller job, but quite often isn't. There's tight spaces to work in, lots of measuring, lots of cutting around things. So we're going to have to be quite clever in our design.
So as well as updating you on the latest goings on at the Jolly Reno, where tempers fray and minds are tested, the main focus will be on the design, our future design, and where we come up with our ideas. Be sure to stick around to learn exactly how we use a colour chart so you can pair your colours perfectly too.
Last month we showed you how the kitchen was oh so nearly complete with our new blinds, table, chairs and tiles. You can see this in way more detail on our first update vlog video. And outside we made a cracking start on clearing this space to the left of the house, ready for a lean-to to house my tools.
If, like us, you're fortunate enough to have a utility, then this space can really act as an extension of your main kitchen.
When we moved into what would eventually be our forever home, the utility space was in really bad nick. In fact, it was probably one of the worst rooms in the house, and the prep work actually started back in Easter of 2024.
We're really excited to make it a bit of a pantry come utility space and hide away things like the dishwasher and washing machine.
We soon got on with stripping the wallpaper, and we ripped off the old ceiling to accommodate the electrical rewire.
Do another whack of it.
Good morning everyone, happy Easter. Today's job for me and Molly is to sort out the ceiling in the utility.
Why, what's wrong with it?
What's right with it? Let's have a look.
Oh.
We need to reboard it, put some insulation in, and then the electrician will come back and pull through the wires. Exciting times.
Old newspaper. What year is it?
1974.
Yorkshire Post?
Were they built in? I thought they were built in 71.
70, yeah.
After fitting ourselves in with the latest news from the 1970s, we made use of this leftover board from the builders to create our new ceiling.
Here you go. So here we have the tongue and groove ceiling all done. We've obviously got the holes and the joins to fill and smarten it up, but it's feeling better already.
This allowed the electrician to pull through the wires for the spotlights. So Mol, what we're thinking design-wise in here, because like most people in this country have no money, and I'm a tight Yorkshireman, so come on, what are we doing?
I know we spoke before about using the leftover bits, so we're going to use leftover counter from the kitchen
Yep.
here, We're going to use leftover
Tiles.
wood floor. We're going to use leftover wood tiles.
Yes, I'm liking this, I'm liking this.
So that's ticking Yorkshireman. So we have bought some panelling.
Yep.
Like that.
Yeah. So it's like the ceiling, isn't it?
Yeah. So just put that on this wall because you can see we've got all these pipes that we need to block in. And these walls need some serious TLC. We've got some coving we're going to put up. So that's going to make it all feel a bit better. We'll probably need to do a bit of replastering here as well.
What about the washing machine, dishwasher? Because they're sort of ugly out there.
You can see this is awful.
Yeah.
We're going to move the sink up, hopefully.
Yeah.
And hopefully get those taps moved up as well. And then we can make this all nice one level. And then I want to get like a nice pattern curtain for here because that'll...
Curtain?
Yeah.
The amount of curtains we had in this house and we took them down, chucked them down.
I don't mean like that. I mean like a nice...
Yeah, but they were alright, weren't they? They'd done the job.
They were terrible. So we're going to get a nice curtain to go across here. Bit retro, bit 70s. Add a bit of pattern. Eventually a nice blind for there. And get loads of shelving put on here. Yeah. So then it can be sort of like utility cross with pantry. Cause I've got loads of little glass jars and bits like this. And then there are all my fellow interior girls out there love an organised pantry all labelled up. So that's what the goal is at the end. And I can come here and go,
the most important thing, are we keeping the chair?
I think I will keep the chair. Because I'm a short ass. So if we've got all the stuff on these shelves here, yeah, it needs to be functional.
So how do you start a design process, Monica? Because I have no idea.
Oh, I mean, there's loads of different ways people find stuff easier. Pinterest is always a great point because if you're feeling really lost and you literally, there's loads of colours you like but you don't know where to put them in your house or how you make it work, just start pinning things to a board and then you'll suddenly see like a pattern of looks that you're liking, colours that you're liking, and then you go, right, this is what I'm going for. We also get really inspired by colours that we love in our wardrobe, patterns that we go to time and time again that we love wearing, because then you know that you're going to love it in your house. So there's loads of different options, but mood boards are the best way to collate your ideas and really start to get a theme of how you want to design your space. It feels really special and we feel really lucky to have these spaces.
I think initially it was just somewhere that you don't always want to get away from. I remember in our first house, even though it was great, you sort of feel like, what we do this weekend? Should we go here? Should we go there? Where now, even though we've only got 50% of the, maybe not even 50, 30% of the house done, you just love spending time in the finished rooms. You don't always think where we're going to go this weekend. It's just about enjoying the space. So it just sort of goes to show that even just doing a little bit of work, upgrading it a little bit, tiling the floor in the kitchen, sort of work to our advantage really. I think because we knew it wouldn't be our forever home, we maybe held back on making any radical changes. So when it came to the end of our 5-year deal, I know 5 years, first time buyers for you, we decided to test the waters and ask the question, could we move instead?
Rather than getting tied into another 1 to 3 years in a home that maybe we had got the most out of, and with the interest rates rising so drastically back in 2022, we thought we may as well pay more interest on a house we actually see ourselves living in forever.
And to our amazement, this first home was valued at £48,000 more than we'd paid for it. So we sold to a buyer who'd only seen the property via video link, and we moved into our forever home.
So if you're willing to give the DIY a go, you can not only save a load of money, but you'll make more profit when you come to sell. Really sad and boring, but we come in and they just make us smile because A, we've achieved so much, and B, we finally got that dream space that we were hoping for one day.
And we think that could have something to do with the fact that we designed it in more detail than we did in our first home.
So, are you ready to see my design?
I am, yes. Let's have a look.
Here we go.
Let's have a look. Is that The Sims?
Yeah, but it works, doesn't it? Good way to visualise it though, isn't it? So with our utility coming off from the kitchen, we have to also think about our journey from one space to the next, as a flow from one room to another, which should continue through the whole house cohesively.
Looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So show the, I know it's the utility we're on about, let's just see the rest of the house.
So...
Oh my god.
This is the dream of what we'll have one day.
Tell you what, it'd be amazing when it's like that. I know it's not ready to scale, but... Ooh, a porch. Now that is something to be desired, because I love the idea of this.
Well, let's pick your brains on costings. Right, John.
Lord of the manor.
Porch, front door, what are we saying?
Well, it was about £7 I wanted to knock through the kitchen wall and knock the window out of the lounge and put French doors in. A lot more work than this, surely, so if we want a bricked up porch, can't be that much, £2-3
More like 5 to 7.
Why?
It just will, because you've got foundations and everything. We've got to build out this ground here and everything. And we need a new door, and it'll need a window in the front of it, so that's going to cost like French... I'm just going to ignore you on that. Seen the cracks in it.
We've got to price it up.
Yeah, let's go price it up then.
Right, Mal, how does a colour chart work?
So everyone works a little bit differently, so I'm going to go with some charts that are easily accessible, everyone knows. So little green, Farrow ball, always a winner. So let's start with little green. The little green chart, you have your main colour chart and then you have your colour scales. So if you're thinking, I want to do a bright colour in my home, how do I pair it up? This is the tip that's going to help you. So basically you've got all your colours, but all of them work in bands. So these colours here are going to go with these colours here. And if you're wanting colours throughout your home and for your colours in your house to flow, say in one room you want a really nice red, this is going to be a yellow that would work in another room that's going to flow nicely. Whereas if you had, like, say, this pink and this yellow, you can see how they're going to clash a little bit. It's got to flow nicely. So for example, in our living room, we wanted the nice orange and the neutral. So we wanted heat as our orange. So then I'm like, right, how do I pick the right undertone? If you go across the scale, you can see that this is sitting alongside these stony, browny neutrals. So I know it's got a stone undertone. So take my heat colour, get my colour scales chart out, and you can see this is all your kind of tones broken into categories. So you've got your stone under base, your grey under base, and then just your general colour scale bands. So I know in the heat I need a stone undertone, so I can go here, pull this up, and all these stony colours, for example travertine, which is what we used, are going to complement that colour because they've got the same undertones. Next one, Farrow ball. We all know a bit of Farrow ball, so you can apply the same thing with the colour scales in a sense, because they are complementary bands and they have got the same undertones as you're going across, so that's a really good way to read it. The other thing with Farrow ball is on all of them they have a little bit of wording. So let's go with Cook's Blue, for example. So if we look at Cook's Blue on the back, vibrant blue inspired by a cook's closet at Colk Abbey. This one has 2 bits of text next to it. It's got CW 2004 and then it's got MT. So if we look to this section in the colour chart, MT is referring to the undertone, so that means it has got mid-tones, and then the 2004 is referring to a complementary white. So if you go to the front, you've got all your whites here and you can find the colour that is 2004, which is slipper satin, and you know that that tone is a mid-tone colour that's going to complement that bright colour you've got there. So it's a great way to pair up your neutrals and understand what sort of tones you're looking for within the paint colours. In the utility we are going yellow. The utility is off in the kitchen, which is green, but because they're in the same tones they work to transfer you from one space to the next without it being an assault on the senses.
And with a working space like a utility, it has to not only look nice, but more importantly it has to function perfectly to use both washing machine, dishwasher and be able to access the sink, as well as store a whole host of pantry items. So after measuring up, I went to see if we had enough leftover materials for the utility.
What's wrong?
Don't understand. We did everything right.
What are you on about?
The floor. So 99% positive we did the subfloor right, and we both did it together, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Level, solid, didn't move. Got the finished floor on top. Great for like a month, 2 months. And now it started creaking, it's just creaking more and more. It's just it's annoying the hell out of me.
I don't know.
I think we just have to rip it all up again.
Come. down. Have you Googled it?
I guess that would be the sensible approach. Right, let's get a measure of these leftovers. This will be the last time we sing it like this. I'll miss you, old boy. I don't think so.
You sure she's done?
Update as well.
Hello.
Where are we at?
We just chipped all the tiles off. Now Greene, there's definitely like a bit of work to be done, isn't there? There's some big bits that's pulled off and some big holes on the windowsill, but it's progress.
So the me of yesteryear would have freaked out at the look of this state of it. But just remember, this is as bad as it ever gets. It's better from here on. How?
And it was going from bad to worse for poor John Bob. Right, John, priced up for the porch, what are we saying?
I said about 2 to 3, innit? What's it coming in at?
5 to 7. I told you, because we need the doors and the window and everything.
Everything's so expensive.
Because that's life. Because he lives, isn't it? Because he lives.
Fuck it, not doing it. Let's have to live with Sims, won't we?
No, we won't. You'll have to eat your own words and do a bit of DIY. And what better way to break off and show you a few of our gorgeous new additions to the Jolly Reno house.
Ooh, lots of storage.
In this gorgeous boucle ottoman, which you have coined
Phoebe Poufet.
Yeah, and Dexter loves it too. And we've also got a chair from the same company. This is from Swift Home, and it's a really nice textured velvet, which adds a bit of a mid-century vibe.
Yeah, although I think Dexter spends most of the time in it, not me.
Finally, what home isn't complete without a statement leopard velvet lamp? Hiya.
So I've done a bit of research, and from what I can tell from my online
Very serious with your glasses and your research, aren't you? No, I just thought.
As I was saying, I've done a bit of research,
Yeah.
and from sort of like forums and product reviews,
Yeah.
the clicking and creaking sound, as it says here, is a very common thing that happens with floating floors and sort of click floors.
Right.
So it gives us a little bit of peace of mind that we actually have done the subfloor right. It's just creaking a little bit, so it could be to do with humidity in the air or temperature changes. So
Drum roll,
I
please.
found a product that is supposed to take it out. So basically it's like a lubrication, and you put it in the grooves of the boards. It's got like a calibrated needle tip on it, so it gives you the correct amount of lubrication per board, and you just run it along. You start with that. If that doesn't work, there's another product to go on. So it's a little bit of trial and error, so I'm going to order that. And if it works, 13 quid a bottle.
That'll give me a lot of peace, because it's all you mention every day.
Yeah, well, it does my head in. Absolutely does my head in, so yeah.
Fingers crossed.
This place.
Hey guys, so what are we doing, John?
We are on the way to Wigs to get the materials for the utility. We think we've measured up. I think, apart from expanded foam, a few nails, pretty much got everything we need.
So we'll get all the equipment, get set up, and then we'll be on our way this afternoon, crack on with the jobs, get it all done, yeah?
Let's do it.
Correct.
So the day one, it's gone well. We've used some batons, both to help box in the pipe work, and also we're starting to think about the heights of our work surfaces for that to sit on. We chipped all the old tiles away, we filled holes with deep filler, with plaster and some expanded foam. So yeah, all in all, day one has gone well. There's still a lot to do.
So it's arrived, has it?
It has.
Show us then.
So, 2 products, trial and error. You start with this one, which is like a lubrication. Like I said before, you put it through between the grooves of the floor.
Yeah.
You can start walking it straight away, so that's brilliant. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit sceptical because it's 13 quid, 14 quid, something like that. I guess just got to try.
Got to be worth a try,
And
hasn't
then
it?
if that doesn't work...
Yeah,
so
here's where we get serious. Serious glasses, serious product.
what is it with these glasses? What's wrong with them? So, you then move on to this stuff, which is called groove gasket.
Yeah.
So, if you can find on here. It's a liquid gasket that dries to provide a flexible gasket between the planks of groove flooring floors, helping reduce friction. So this is like, must create a bit of a layer rather than just actually like WD-40 lubricating it. So yeah, we'll start with this on. If that doesn't work, we'll go to this one.
And we should say that this isn't an ad.
Definitely not an advert. I just came across this website. I can't even think they're called Floor Fix. I'll check that out. But if it does work,
we're getting in touch and we're going to do adverts because it'll be a miracle product.
There we are. It's calibrated needle tip.
There you go. Let's give it a go, John.
No, I know it's only initially, but the smile on my face says it all. I can't hear any creaking. Early days, it's only been 5 minutes, but my God, all my Christmas has come at once. So technically it's day 2, bonus day because I had the day off work, so I'm going to try and box in all this pipe work and put some of this sort of wall panelling cladding on this wall here, but it's not actually as easy as you think. So you can see why they've boxed it in, so basically sort of followed the fall of the pipes. You can imagine if you level from the other side here straight across, you'd end up boxing in all this, which would just be a waste of space. So, and to keep the boxing minimal, we're going to follow that line. Obviously it makes it tricky because it creates all the angles, as we need our panelling to look straight. Nothing's as straightforward as you think, is it? What about you, Mo? I'm pretty happy and excited about these design ideas.
Yeah, now we're just got to make it happen, John.
Love the Sims mock-up, and because most people don't get to this point at the end of the video, here's something completely random.
Did you get this far? Hit us up in the comments.